Hey, yo, I do that every video. I don't know why I do that.
I'm running by all night, 2 or 3 drinks a big bitch, right on my knee, cause you can be my wife. So don't think I'm running game, don't want you feeling lonely.
Hey, yo, I'm back with another YouTube video, and this video it's going to be different from my other videos that I'm going to do. This video is going to be about domestic. I really don't know how to say this word.
Domestic violence.
Domestic violence. My auntie is gonna be telling y'all her story and how she went through it and giving y'all advice and overcame.
So hey everybody, my name, you guys can call me Bird, okay? And I'm going to be talking to you guys about my past relationship, my last past relationship I had, and what I went through and how I overcame it. So let's get right into it. So when I first met this guy, I was real young. I was like 13, 14 years old. It's not until I was 17 years old that we started having relations and dealing with each other. We wasn't in a relationship like boyfriend and girlfriend. We just like hung out. Like I'm talking about like every day of the week we was hanging out and kicking it, but we didn't have no title on us or whatever at the time when I was 17 years old. So by the time I turned 18, I had gotten pregnant, and he had ended up going to jail before I found out I was pregnant. Well, no, run that back. I had found out I was pregnant, told him, and then like that following week he ended up going to jail. That's how quick it was. So I ended up keeping my son. Okay, I ended up keeping my son, and he was in jail my whole 9 months. He didn't get out until our son was about 3 months. And when he did get out, even while he was in jail, we wasn't in a relationship. Like we were talking stuff and we were cool, but we wasn't in a relationship. But when he came home, I had already had a son from a past relationship, and this was my second child, and I was ready to have a family. Like I always cared about him and loved him, and I wanted to have a family. So I'm the one who presented him with that because I really, really wanted that. Like growing up, well, my age group at the time of being 18 and 19, because I was about 19 when he got out of jail. So, being that age, I didn't see people in relationships with women and men in the house taking care of a family, having a family, and doing family things. I didn't see that, at my age, with people my age, and that's just something that I wanted to do. So we, started messing around, and he agreed to it, and he was with it. Like I had his first son, I have his only son, had his only son and still do. But so he was with it. So with us not being in a relationship and just jumping into one, it's like we didn't know each other. Now I know that we didn't know each other. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember one time I left after he came home. He had been home for probably about two months. I had went outside with my friend, was talking to my friend. He was in the house, and I ended up having to go somewhere with her. She like, bitch, I need you to ride with me. And that's my nigga. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So I go with her somewhere. Something ended up happening. I immediately, wasn't going for that long. Called him, and I'm like, you gotta come get me, like, or whatever. So he come and get me, and I get in the car. And he drove like for a cool little minute and just out the blue hit me. The whole time, from the time I got in the car, he was dead silence. It was dead silence for about 5 minutes. And it was like, damn. And then he hit me so hard. Like I felt like I was dazed. Like I was like, he hit me like I was a dude. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a minute to regain conscious because he had hit me so hard. So that was the first time he ever hit me. And I mean, I'm young and shit, and I'm not really You know, you don't think like, okay, that one time, like, you know, some women today now, especially if they seen their mothers or their parents go through, even men go through domestic violence, then it's like, you know, but I mean, I really didn't see that growing up or nothing. So I didn't know, you know, I'm like, shit. So I was with him for 17 years. Remember that. Keep that locked in. 17 years. People be like, damn, 17 years? You went through that for 17 years? Yeah, but it was just, I'm going to explain that. Just bear with me. So that happened. And then, like, from there, it was just a domino effect. You know, I could do something small and he would trip, you know, like he was very abusive. He was verbally abusive. You know what I'm saying? Like I was small, had a little small petite body when I was 18, 19, 20. And like he made me stay in the house and he was like, well, you could just stay in the house. I'm going to take care of everything. And I was okay with staying in the house with the kids. I love being with my kids and spending time with my kids and taking care of the house and doing the things, going to the kids' school and doing shit like that. I was okay with it. You know what I'm saying? And if I needed to do a little, you know, work on the side, I would, you know. He didn't have a problem with that, but it was more so being in that house. So, you know, my self-esteem had completely went down because I wasn't getting dressed. I wasn't going out like I typically did. And when I did get up and get ready and get dressed, he kind of stopped at that and put a halt to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I needed to go and do this or do that. It was always something that I needed to do. I could never do what I wanted to do. I could never be who I wanted to be. It's like he wanted to control every aspect of my life. So, like, another situation, like, I remember him choking me. Like, he choked me, and I literally passed out. You know what I'm saying? I passed out, and I remember waking up, and I was, like, dazed. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then him hit me. And it's like, that's the worst thing that you can do is kick somebody when they down, and that's literally kick somebody when they down. You know what I'm saying? So just going through all of that has brought me to here today and me wanting to tell my story because I overcame it. It took me a long time though, y'all. Like it's literally been like maybe a year and a half since I haven't been with him. And now I'm 34. You know what I'm saying? I'm 34 years old. So I went through that for a long time. And the reason why I stayed so long was because he would go to jail. You know what I'm saying? He was doing like throughout the 17 years, he was in jail for 4 years, 3 years here, 5 years here, 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So he did a lot of time in jail. And it wasn't until he came home this last time and we were together when he was in there and together when he came home, and I had changed a lot. You know what I'm saying? To the point to where, you know, he couldn't put his hands on me no more, because if he did, I was waiting for him to, and I knew that if he did try to, I was ready. I was gonna fuck his ass up. And just having that in the back of my mind, and then he had before he went to jail, not the last time, but the time before that, he had physically assaulted me with a gun and like fucked my whole face up. Like I couldn't see out of both eyes. I was fucked up, and that scared me because I looked just so bad. I looked like I was not supposed to be here anymore. And I was so fucked up. I felt like I wasn't here. Like I was just messed up. Spirit, toe up, toe down. I was toe down to the ground. So this last time when he came home, this is always in the forefront of my mind. I'm always paranoid and like, okay, watching his, you know, I can't even really be myself and speak freely because I don't know if he really, 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 really changed. And this last time, he didn't put his hands on me, but it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Because we both was paranoid. He knew what he had did to me for all them years. And I feel like he was scared because he probably was like, this bitch, she's still here. Like, you know, but I really was there and was willing to, you know, be loyal and still work it out. Not so much as be loyal, but be there to, you know, and forgive him for what he did to me. But I don't feel like he believed that, and it was hard for me to even, you know, know that he changed because not that much time had went by. So I mean, it was a situation to where he was cheating. He had a side chick that he had since we were together when we first got together. You know, that's what she told me. That's how long she was around. And that's who he with right now. And I'm actually happy for them. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he wasn't the guy for me and I wasn't the girl for him. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say that, you know, if you're going through a domestic violence situation or even where you being mentally abused, because that's worse than being physically abused. For a motherfucker to get in your head and mess with your head is worser. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a scar that takes so much to heal, you know what I'm saying, versus, you know, a wound or a scratch or getting, you know. So I would say always have somebody to talk to, you know, about the situation. I didn't have nobody to talk to. I went through that shit by myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I held it in and didn't tell nobody. People knew what was going on because they would see me with black eyes or they'll see me fucked up or something. You know, I was fucking up my cars, fucking up my house. It was something, and I'm losing. I steadily losing. So, I mean, it was very obvious that I was in some type of kind of domestic situation. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I got out of it. I got up out of it and I got up out of it safe. And a lot of people are not fortunate enough to do so, you know, because you never think that someone that you love will hurt you to the point to where they will kill you. But it just take that one time where somebody hits you and you fall and hit your head, or they choke you too long and you just gone, you know, and, you know, or anything, you know. So it's like you have to really, really think about that. You have to think about, how much do I love myself? Like, do I love myself? Do I want to be here? I mean, you know, it's not especially if you have anything, especially if I have children, especially if I have mother. Do I want to be? No, do you want to be here for yourself? Because that's who you have to be present for in life. You have to be present for yourself first before you could be present for anybody. Your kids, your mama, your daddy, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the love come in at. You know, sometimes we love other people more than we love ourselves because we never took that time out to put ourselves first and to get to know who we really are. You know what I'm saying? Really, truly know that, okay, I have all this potential and I'm dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I can do these things that I wasn't able to do because, you know, some people put stoppers on you. And what I mean by stoppers, they stop your growth. So you don't see. When I was stuck for all them years. Now, I was growing because I wasn't doing no time in jail. I wasn't going to jail. I never went to, you know, he was stuck. And that's why every time he came out, I got the same shit, the same treatment, because he wasn't growing. He was in jail. It was just, the situation was just fucked. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I stayed there because, you know, and always, you know, just don't keep it to yourself. Tell somebody. I done seen so many situations where women are killed in domestic violence relationships, and the guy or a girl kill a guy and they end up going free. Both. I'm not gonna just speak on guys because women are some women are violent too towards men. You know what I'm saying? But they walk scot-free because you was keeping it a secret. It's not a secret. This is something that you have to talk about. When you talk about something, then you grow while you're talking, because now you're talking and now you're hearing these things. Now you're hearing it. And you got to converse. You got to go back and forth because you don't want to bury that shit. Because then you end up being buried with it, and it's no story. It's no story to tell. It's just the story people assuming, and you know they going free, scot free, and you're not here anymore. And then what about your loved ones? What about the people that care about you and love you? Why do that to them? You know, why put them through that? And they know exactly who you are. So go to those people that know exactly who you are, the person that can help you and pull you out of that dark place. You know, so that's pretty much what I'm gonna say. I do have 2 affirmations. Hand me that I want to read to you guys, and just stay strong when you in a situation like that. Stay strong. Don't stay down for too long, because a motherfucker can break you. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be hard for you to get up, especially if you're doing it alone. You know, you're not alone. You're not the only person. You're not the only people or persons that go through this. And I feel like we should keep this conversation going and talk about it. Don't be ashamed. It's not it's not your fault. It wasn't my fault that he was a violent man. You know, it wasn't my fault that he was mentally abusive. You know, it wasn't my fault that he didn't love himself. You know, it wasn't my fault that he went through what he went through as a kid that shaped him into the man that he is today. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He has to accept that. I don't. I never had to accept none of it. And I wish that I knew that then and I wouldn't have went through it as long as I did. But it took for me to see it myself. Nobody else can make me see it or say nothing. I had to see that shit myself and pull that shit out of myself. I had to pull myself out that shit. I had to pull myself out that situation, you know? And I mean, I had a couple of people that I had to talk to, that I could talk to, but you don't listen to them. When you care about somebody and you love them, you don't listen to nobody. You have to listen to what's within, but it's always good to talk about it because that's what build everything up. That's what builds you up to leaving. You know what I'm saying? Being vocal about this. This is what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Don't be quiet. Don't be silent. So, okay, it's a chick and she do books and she's super dope. It's Kiraj. That's her on Twitter. So it says, you ever been in a situation where you asked someone to do certain things for you, but they never came through? Then soon as you end, you see them doing all those things that they never did for you with the next person, becoming who you begged them to be, but for somebody else. So that's how it be. My ex. You know what I'm saying? He with somebody else. They all on Instagram posting pictures and shit. We're wearing the same outfits and shit. I'm like, well, goddamn, I didn't even know the nigga be doing shit like that. But okay. You know what I'm saying? That's good. You will be told men change for who they want, or men change when they ready. But all being told this will do is make you question your worth as to why you couldn't be the one he wanted, or what is it about her that made him want to get ready and not you. Don't question that shit. It wasn't even that. It wasn't you. The reality is this: being good doesn't equip to being right. Your character can be dope. Y'all can be hella compatible. Your beauty can be magnificent. Your sex can be fireworks, but the heart doesn't care about none of that shit. It only cares about chemistry. Just because you have better chemistry does not mean she's a better woman than you. That just means she's a better woman for him than you. And that's okay, love. Some choose apples over oranges. That doesn't mean oranges aren't good. It just means they wanted the apple. It just means he wanted the motherfucking apple. You know what I'm saying? That's it. He didn't want the orange. That's fine. I've said before, I would rather a man leave me because he wasn't in love with me anymore than stay with me because he felt like he owned me. At that point, we both would owe it to ourselves to leave and find that love we couldn't build with each other. Being right for each other is the key to lasting love. He could be a good man, you can be a good woman, but y'all have to be the right man and the right woman for it to work. And that's something that's mutual. So remember, if you weren't right for him, then he wasn't right for you. Okay? And that's just what it is. And that's some real shit. Okay? Okay, so that's pretty much it. You guys have a nice day. I don't have an Instagram right now. I'm going to send y'all my Snap. I'm going to let her post that so y'all can follow me on Snap. And I might make me an Instagram. I don't know. Depends. But you guys, stay loved and stay blessed, man.
Okay, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Y'all,
You probably can help somebody, huh?
We shooting this at like, what time is it?
It's 2:37.
2:37 in the morning.
Everybody deserve to live. So I'll show them the foot. That's why. If I do it Instagram, it's going to be got up out safe. Because I got up out that shit safe.
Okay.
All night, 2 or 3 drinks a day. Bitch, right on my niggas, you can be my wife. So don't think